So I just finished my Voron Tiny M, and as we speak, it is printing the first sprint. So, oh, and it just failed finished. Okay, well that's a bit of a blunder, but we will continue with the story. So let's stop it now. So let's talk a bit about Sprinter because it was a really cool experience to build it. Yeah, so basically how I started with the ID was because I had a XYZ printing DaVinci Junior printer. It was my very first printer, and I upgraded it like so many times. I changed the motherboard and stuff. I changed like a whole bunch of things. But at some point, I made it a little bit complex and stuff, and it didn't really print that good anymore. I did print like some functional things, like okay, like no problem, but yeah, it was not really like looking good anymore. And I tried printing ABS with it, like with enclosure and all that stuff, and it worked. But it was time for something new. But also, I'm not really someone that throws things like out like easily. I want to reuse like on every single part and stuff. But that's exactly what I did, and I scrapped it, the printer, and I figured out like this Voron Tiny M, like all the parts could almost all the parts could go into this one. So I don't even have like any leftovers. I think like not a lot. Yeah, maybe like some plastic of the enclosure, but besides that, it was really nice. Like the extrusion comes from there. I also had a little bit of a problem with the extrusion. I had to cut it to length, but then after there were a few parts missing. So this one, this one, this one. I had to buy like no problem, no big deal. That's like maybe 10 euros or something. But I couldn't join them together with the blind joint because this has a 6 millimeter thread in it, and this is a 4 millimeter hole, and you cannot fit like any like larger bolts because of how do you say it? How thick how much space there is like to put a bolt in it. Well, anyways, I had to buy some trapped adapter, and then yeah, just use a 4 millimeter bolt for that, so that worked quite well. Yeah, I'm having like a normal Bowden setup. I didn't really feel the need for going to like direct drive. I also have another printer with direct drive, and yeah, didn't really feel the need for it to have another one. Yeah, so how I started like this project was like was scrapping the old printer, and then I started like to import all the models and stuff from the GitHub into Fusion 360, and then I changed some things around like in order to fit. I actually modeled like this entire frame into it, like literally like my pieces I had, because that would make it a lot. That made it a lot easier to yeah, work with it. Yeah, and also I changed like quite a lot of things. Well, not quite a lot, like some things to be able to fit like the parts I had. And also what I also changed was like how this is mounted to like the linear slides. I do have a CNC machine, so I could machine like this aluminium block that then mounts to like this extrusion part. So I have no problems with like any like warping, because there is no plastic that connects this to that. So I'm expecting like very little maintenance on this printer. Hopefully, we will see. Yeah, and it looks like it's printing already very well. Except that it failed, of course, but that's more like on me. That's a me problem. But yeah, I didn't change like any slicer settings yet. I just uploaded it, hit print, and this is what came out of it. Didn't even clean the bed, so that's probably why I had this issue. Also don't have any glue sticks or whatsoever. So I have to figure that out again. Also the bed is recycled from the older printer. Yeah, and the bed, I also like machined it down so it's like completely flat. But I did sand it so it has some better grip for like the plate. Because otherwise it will slide quite a bit. I'm thinking about maybe putting more magnets on it, or maybe even like a magnetic sticker pad, whatever that's called. But yeah, we will see how that goes. And then for the electronics, it's running like SKR 1.3. Yeah, I put that in my old printer, and yeah, it worked like quite well for me, like for all the time. So I didn't want to get rid of it. I didn't really see the need for it. I just reused it basically. I did put some TMC 2225, if I'm saying that correctly, in it. Yeah, previously I had TMC 2208, but I accidentally blew them up because yeah, somehow like if you buy the stepper drivers from some sellers on AliExpress, the potentiometer, if you turn them the other direction, it would increase the current. So there was like a mixture of them. So if I would change this one, like increase current on this one, it would go up, and for the other one it would go down. So yeah, that's why I probably maxed one out at 24 volts. And then I just kept changing it and changing the settings, you know. Not very smart, but I didn't really know what was going on until later. Yeah, but I just bought those new, 10 euros, no big deal. Now it works great. Didn't really see any difference, to be honest. Also, you do have to change like some MS jumpers. That's what it's called, I think. Yeah, but they just worked like the same. Like, yeah, no difference. Regular Bondtech BMG extruder, like dual drive. Yeah, it's not really like a fancy thing. It just works great. I have never had any problems with that. So I recycled that also. I did actually want to put it like much higher, like up there or something. But because I was a bit stupid, I didn't model like the electronics in, so I couldn't fit it any higher anymore. There's like no physical space anymore. Well, I can maybe figure something out that it would like kind of hacky be here or something, but that's something for later. Yeah, the print that I printed, didn't seem to have any like long Bowden problems. So all in all, very nice. Yeah, the motors I have here are also like very strong. They have like 5 kilogram centimeter holding torque. So yeah, that's definitely like overkill for this, of course. But I also had them laying around already. Those ones are just from the stock printer, from the Da Vinci printer. And they also work. So yeah, that's it basically. I did print the hood also. Also like reused. This is also all recycled acrylic that I also had laying around. Do have some problems with like this is not really connecting very well, but maybe I will fix that sometime. Yes, but I'm very happy with it, and thanks a lot for creating the design. It really like is gonna make me very happy for quite some time. So thumbs up to Voron and who made the person that made the Tiny M mod. So, all right.